All right, guys, if you recall from the video that I just completed about making dot plots, this is part 2. Okay, so I went ahead and I created my dot plot. These are all the notes that I took from that video. If you need to, make sure you go back and watch that video first. Otherwise, all of this writing is completely irrelevant to you. Okay, so I went ahead and here's my data set that I was originally using. Okay, and then I went ahead and put those values in order, which is what step 1 is. From least to greatest. I identified my least value and my greatest value, okay, in the data set. And then I went ahead and I drew the number line and I numbered it 0 to 6 because my least value is 0 and my greatest value is 6. Okay, this one was pretty easy for us, just 0 to 6. Put the dots, all right? But now we can go ahead and use that dot plot to draw inferences, okay? If you notice, there's a little bubble here that says, notice that the dot plot puts the data in order, the data values in order, excuse me. Okay, so it kind of makes it a little bit easier for you to see kind of how it spans. Okay, so for instance, right now it is super easy for me to identify my mode. All right, give you a minute to kind of look at that, see if you can come up with an idea. Okay, the mode is the piece of information that occurs the most, or the value that occurs the most. In this situation, it's super easy for me to see that 2 is the one that has the most dots, so that's going to be my mode. Okay, makes it a little bit easier to kind of lay out that information instead of having it all scattered like it was over here. Okay, where it's not really in any order, it has no consistency to it whatsoever. This kind of makes it a little bit more easy to observe and identify things like that. Okay, if I want to go ahead and find my median, all right, I'm going to pick a different color for this just so it's a little bit easier to see. If I want to identify my median, if you guys recall, is my middle number. Remember, we have the D in the middle of median. Okay, D in the middle of middle. Okay, well, that's not quite as easy. However, I can kind of look at the chart and see that, this is somewhere in the middle here, which means, and that's also where we have our most data values. So chances are it's going to be a number somewhere between, 1 and 4, 2 and 4. We can kind of start to make an estimate, or, what I like to call it, a guesstimate of what our median is going to be. If I want to, though, I can go ahead and cross off my dots. Starting at 0, I cross one off at 0, cross that off at 6, one off at 1. There's none at 5, so one off at 4. 1, 4, 2, 2, and my median ends up being 2. Easy peasy. Oops, excuse me. I hate it when I do that. Okay, so that's, again, another thing that we can go ahead and use a dot plot for. It makes it super easy. Okay. Other than that, we can kind of draw some conclusions. We see that the mode of this dot plot or of this data set is 2. We can draw a conclusion that the most students in Rosie's class carry about two books in their book bags. If we wanted to, we could go ahead and find the mean of this information, and then it would really give us an average of how many students, or of how many books those students carry in their book bag. Just kind of lays out the information so it's a little bit easier for you to look at. Okay, so that's really the biggest thing about dot plots. And if you have any questions about dot plots or range, median, mode, mean, any of that, range, median, mode, mean, yeah. If you have any questions about any of that stuff, or you completely forgot how to do a dot plot or something, or if this video makes no sense to you whatsoever, please make sure you log in tomorrow between 1 and 2. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays between 1 and 2, I hold live chats that you guys are welcome to log into and join me for any questions, okay? I will make sure I upload this for you so that you can go ahead and take your own personal notes. It is directly out of your textbook, so if you wanted to print that textbook page and copy it, that would be a wonderful idea. Totally up to you, though. All right.